It's no secret that Mythic skins have missed the mark for a lot of people recently. Since they were announced, Mythic skins were supposed to push the artwork, animation, and special effects to levels we have never seen before and levels way beyond legendary. And I feel like a lot of the skins have missed that mark. You can see how much effort was put into Cyber Demon Genji. The amount of love and care and attention to detail that they have is pretty unmatched in almost all the other Mythics. I mean, that shouldn't be a surprise. It's their debut Mythic. It has to be the best one. He keeps his core identity as a cyber ninja while also adding on to it, having different face mask options, different tattoos, and unique color palettes, where most other Mythic skins miss the mark on one or all of those categories. What I believe is the basis for a good Mythic is one that keeps the core identity at base of the hero, either fully exaggerating into one of their personality traits, one of their features, or complete polar opposite, like Evil Mercy I feel like works very well. For the skin itself, having a base of customization that actually looks different and a color palette that feels unique. I want to start off with the skins I feel like hit the mark, skins that are good and that fit the character, and like these should be the baseline for all Mythics. Celestial Mercy leads into her nurturing side of her character, making her an actual angel. Anubis and Reaper both dealing with death. I understand Anubis is not the god of death, the protector of graves, but it still leads into Reaper's whole identity of death. Thor Reinhardt I feel like just fits perfectly. Cyber Demon Genji keeps his core identity while amplifying it. Same with Moira. Zeus Junker Queen I know is one that is controversial, but I feel like her and Zeus do fit within each other because they're both rulers, they're both strong people, and it really amplifies Junker Queen's strength. Kiriko being a Japanese sun goddess I feel like just fits. Zenyatta is based off of a Pixiu, who is a mythical Chinese creature known to ward off evil, and I feel like that fits Zen pretty well. Also, the skin is just amazing. And then you have my favorite, I believe is the best Mythic, God Emperor Sigma. It just fits him so well. Sigma being this galactic ruler, it really shows how unstable he is mentally, like both in-game, and then the skin kind of amplifies that with his whole cosmic presence as well. All of these skins fit in with their characters, and they offer good customization and a variety of customization, which is something that the rest of the Mythics don't really have. Having 9 Mythic skins be in the good category, fit in with their characters, I feel like is decently strong, but it could always be better. It could be all of them. Something Blizzard is really guilty of while making Mythic skins is just Cyberslop. Basically throwing RGB lights and a bunch of cybernetics on a skin and calling it a day. We got Soldier in this category, Soldier 76, and Junkrat, where it just feels like they ran out of ideas, so they just threw neon lights on these characters and called it a day. Soldier, and they just have no idea what to do with her skins in general. I mean, half of her skins are just jobs or just random things. She's a firefighter, she's a barista, she's a fish. It's like they have no idea what to do with her. They could have made her Mythic lean into her leadership category, something that signifies a strong leader, or maybe even exaggerate it and make her like a superhero. But instead, we just get this weird cybernetic RGB character. I guess it leads into her cybernetics, but cybernetics is not unique to her. Soldier 76 is really disappointing. He's a vigilante. He's an ex-Overwatch vigilante. That is such huge potential for Mythic skins. They could have just made him a vigilante, give him a bunch of different headgear, like maybe even like a mask like Daredevil wears in his black suit, or just different masks that he could wear that really signifies a vigilante. Like, exaggerate that part of his personality, or even go into a full tactical mode. Imagine a skin like Maya from Fortnite. With that amount of customization, he's a former soldier, he's a vigilante. Lead into one of those categories. I mean, a fully customizable tactical skin would be perfect for Soldier. We're already lacking tactical skins in general in Overwatch, so making it a Mythic would be perfect. And then we have Junkrat, which is just, I mean, the skin is kind of cool, I'll give them that, but there's so many other concepts and ideas. You could lead into his full mad scientist, like where maybe his head is just like boiling with lava in front of it. I don't know. There's just so many things you could do with the scientist category, and they just go with Cyberslop. It's very disappointing. And then we have the Mythics that just lack customization. Hanzo, Doomfist, Orisa, and Lifeweaver. They have one aspect that you could change and nothing else. Hanzo, the skin has potential, but only changing the bow is very disappointing. Doomfist, what the hell is that? They give a warlord, a tyrant, a hoodie, and gym shorts and call it a day? What kind of Mythic is that? And you could only change his gauntlet? And then Orisa, this looks like a legendary skin. Straight up, there is nothing Mythic about this skin. The weapon change is barely noticeable. Her colors are not that great. Nothing about this skin screams Mythic. And then Lifeweaver, the skin I think itself is okay, but his only changing aspect is his wings on his back. I feel like is just so disappointing and lackluster for a Mythic skin. Mythic should never be limited to one part of their skin that is customizable. I feel like that is just completely unacceptable and lazy. I mean, come on, they couldn't put Doomfist's hood down, or they couldn't give him like a ski mask as one of his other options. Like, they just give him a hoodie with the hood up and gym shoes. That is so stupid. Then we have the Misfits, the ones that don't fit what they're given, such as May, Ash, Anna, and Cassidy. May, hop online, the whole online e-girl thing, I just don't see her being an e-girl. The skin itself is okay. It could be passed off as a legendary, but it just doesn't feel like it fits May. There's so many cool things you could do with Ice, and the best thing you come up with is making her into an e-girl. Wonderful. Empress Ash, I feel like the skin itself is pretty decent, but it just, I don't really see it fitting Ash that well. I get it, she's the leader of the Deadlock gang, she's an empress in the skin, so you could make the argument that it does fit in with her. I feel like it just doesn't really belong. Maybe it's just because I don't like the skin that much, like for Ash, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I feel like it's a misfit. Especially because she's a Western character, why not lean into her Western identity? Same with Cassidy, why not lean into his Western identity? Why does he look like a homeless guy with lights on him? Like, I understand the inspiration and what they try to go for Cassidy, but he just ends up looking like a homeless guy. He does not look like a cowboy. He doesn't really look Western. He looks homeless. And with Anna, I kind of like the skin. I know what they were going for with it, but I just don't feel like it should be a mythic skin. I don't feel like a mythic skin should completely strip the character of all their skin, of all their human identity when the character itself is a human. In Apex Legends, this kind of happened with Loba with her prestige skin. Loba is a brown woman, right? She's very classy, fancy, and then in her prestige skin, they just strip away her skin, make her pale, and put gloves on her. Like, I did not like that at all. When you play Loba, when you're in your first person mode, you normally see her hands, her nails, so when you have gloves on and you have pale skin, I feel like it kind of just throws off the whole character, especially for a very expensive skin. So back to the Anna skin, you're stripping her of all of her humanity. It doesn't feel like it should be a mythic skin. It feels like it should be a legendary skin, similar to how Cassidy is. I mean, really, can you tell the difference between these two skins? One is mythic, one is legendary? Not really. And then a lot of these skins could just be item shop skins or battle pass skins. Anna is on the borderline because she does have a lot of customization in her kit. She doesn't necessarily look mythic, but there is a lot of customization that completely overhauls the character. Doomfist could have easily been a battle pass skin. This doesn't even look like a legendary skin. It could probably pass off as an epic skin. Orisa, easily a legendary. There's legendary skins that look better than this. Lifeweaver, again, with the lack of customization, the lack of anything that screams legend mythic, I feel like it could easily be legendary. Tracer, it just doesn't feel like there's enough. You have a speedster, and the best you could do is give her a knight outfit with some lackluster customization. And then Diva kind of falls in this category too. There's just not enough that changes about her to make her mythic. It does look like a legendary skin, and there is skins that look similar to this. The mech doesn't get overhauled at all, and you could change Diva's face mask, something you could barely notice in the skin itself. I feel like it could have easily been a legendary. One controversial take that I have, and I know people really dislike the skin, and I understand why, but I like Evil Mercy. I feel like this also works, leaning polar opposite of one of their identities, right? Mercy is a very caring, nurturing person, so when you go ahead and make her an evil person, I feel like it works. And the skin itself has a lot of options, a lot of customization, and the customization is great. They don't feel like it's just adding or taking away armor pieces. It feels like actual different outfits. And I love her voice lines, like begging for attention when she's healing someone. I think it's just fantastic. And then you have skins that just have a lot of wasted potential. Hanzo could have been one of the best mythic skins. There's just nothing that changes about him besides the bow and his color. They really couldn't add different hairstyles, different masks, different tattoos. All they could change was the bow and the color. I feel like that is very lazy. Diva, there's just not enough customization with her. The mech, it feels like it is almost there. It feels like it is so close to being mythic territory. It's just missing something. Maybe customization is what it's missing. Maybe being over-designed would be a good thing for the mech. With Juno, I actually really like the Juno skin, but my problem is that she doesn't have her helmet at all. They really couldn't give her an option to throw on a helmet as one of the hairstyles or make it additional. Like, we were so close to perfection on the Juno one, and it's just missed. And then Widow, I feel like there was something very simple that could have done. If they would have made the change where you could change her skin color, green, white, blue, or purple, this skin would have been top tier. One of her skin being a different color is one of her core identity traits. So exaggerating it and making her an actual witch, changing her skin color to green, would have been absolutely perfect, but they missed that opportunity, and it's very upsetting. And I think Cassidy sums up what's wrong with mythic skins today. I see the idea, I see the inspiration, but they just completely missed. Why is he shirtless? Why is he shoeless? Why does he only have one hat option? A hat is like crucial on Cassidy, and he's just missing it on two aspects of his mythic skin. And his belt is just like not really existent. I mean, it's there. He does have a belt buckle of sorts, but that's like one of the most iconic parts of his character. Sexy ass motherfucker, badass motherfucker, bam, that is huge, and it's just, there's no semblance of it anywhere. He ultimately just looks like a homeless guy. A mythic homeless guy. And then you have Mei, who I feel like is completely out of her element in this skin. The skin itself looks okay, it looks decent, but it just doesn't feel like it should be Mei. It doesn't feel like this should be a theme that should be mythic. An e-girl should not be a mythic theme. Maybe for Diva, but not for Mei. Overall, I feel like mythics have really started to strain away from what they're meant to be. They're meant to be this ultimate over-the-top skin that's better than legendary and pushes the limits of Overwatch skins. And a lot of these skins just miss that mark. Some of these don't even feel like they should be mythic or borderline legendary. They should adhere or even exaggerate one of the character's personalities or traits or go polar opposite of one of those features. And I feel like not that many skins cover that basis enough. With Mythic Weapons, I feel like they actually kind of hit the mark. A lot of the Mythic Weapons are pretty sick, and weapons don't have to follow by the same rules that skins do. You could do some ridiculous weapons, although I do kind of have a problem that they make Orisa have this really girly skin for her weapon for whatever reason, and it does not fit her character at all. Even like Mercy and Juno, I feel like it's a little weird why we're sticking to this theme for female characters, or it's just over the top girliness. I get it, they're women, but Mercy and Orisa do not need it. Mercy is a grown-ass woman. She doesn't need a staff that just came out of Claire's. Also, weapon inspect should never be limited to only mythic skins. We were promised this feature on launch. I don't know why it's not a core feature of every character to have some kind of inspect. I mean, I know why, but it's not right. Overall, these skins are not cheap. They're very expensive. They're around $80 if you want to fully complete a skin if you are just buying the shards. That $80 price tag includes the 3 additional color styles you could buy. Not all characters have that additional 3 color styles, but I'm just saying, if you want to fully max out a mythic, it's going to run you $80 roughly. And I understand the battle pass exists. It gives you enough shards for one skin to fully max it out without the additional color styles. So there is that. For $10, you can get the full mythic skin every season, which is a good value. But it doesn't take away how much these mythic skins cost outside of battle passes. And we get 3 mythics a season. We get a weapon and 2 skins. So if you want multiple mythics, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money. With how much these cost, they should absolutely be given full effort every single time, and we're just not given that. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on mythic skins. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think mythic skins are good as they are? Do you think they can use some improvement? Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.